Hey, so Cory's live at the annual shopping day at the annual W. Stephen Martin Police 911 Toy Drive.
It's been going on for years and years and years. Very successful. Cory's out there having a good time. Hey, Cory.
Hey, good morning, you guys. It is always a great morning here. You cannot believe how much stuff is stuffed into this warehouse. Boxes and boxes and boxes. And look at all of the happy faces that are stuffed in here as well. Now, these folks not in uniform, but tell me, what is the role of those that we see behind us today?
The people behind me, and including myself, we are shoppers. So we go around with the police officer. They bring their list of the kids that they're shopping for. We help them pick the 3 or 4 gifts, and then we move them out and grab another one until we get through all of the police officers.
Well, you do such a great job. Well, let me ask you, what kinds of stories do you hear year after year from these police officers? Who are these families that they're helping?
They're all families in need, families that maybe can't afford a Christmas for their children. So it's a way for the officers, firefighters to give back to the community that they work in.
Yeah, well, it's really fun to watch. Now, how do you decide who you're paired up with? Do you know who you're going to be shopping with today?
No, they're always randomly paired with us, and they always have a family list for us to go and shop for.
Now, do a lot of these guys seem to have no idea what they're going to get? Like most men, are they kind of clumsy clowns who don't have any idea what they're supposed to buy for a 12-year-old girl?
Not always, but not always.
That would be me. Well, I'm glad you're here to help them along, and it's going to be a great day. We're going to talk with W, as he's called, W. Stephen Martin, who got all of this going many years ago. But look at the size of the shelves. I mean, they haven't yet released the hounds to start their shopping yet, so we're getting a good view at the array of toys, and it's really cool. They've got them all lined up by age and by boy or girl, and it's just the most fun, and these officers have such a good time doing it. Some of them have been long timers here, and it's one of the days that they enjoy the most. In fact, let's kind of weave our way back here toward W and his gang. Hey, W.
What happened to
Hello,
the
friend.
organization?
I know you're all jammed. Good to see you again.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
Back.
Sorry we're just diving in on you live here, but wow. The jacket says it all. Yeah, let us take it all in.
I'm in the mood.
You absolutely are. Well, give us the nuts and bolts again this year. How many years for the program, and how many kids do you think families will you be helping this year?
Well, this is our 33rd year. 33. Wow, like a record. And in our giving, we'll have about 450 officers. Each officer gets up to 20 children, and they get 4 toys per child. So, doing the math, that's a lot of toys and a lot of kids.
Well, where do these toys come from? Who do you have to thank for all of the inventory we see here?
Honestly, it's mostly private families or small groups. They're the ones that see the need, and they have good contact with law enforcement. They know where they're going. They know that one toy can make a difference for that officer all year long, because that kid will tell them what's going on in the neighborhood. Yeah. So it's a great program.
It really is. And I'm going to ask Juan to come back this way with me. We want to dive in on some of your officers here, if you don't mind. Hey, fellas, who's got a family that you can tell us about? We don't need names or anything, but give us an idea of who you're going to be helping this year. Oh, don't you like... That's always nice when someone gives you one of these. Who are you going to be talking or giving to?
We have a family in Chandler that we're helping out. So they're being raised by their grandparents, who they refer to as mom because the parents aren't in the picture. So because they are raising their second set of kids, they need all the help they can get, and we're going to help them out today.
Well, I'm sure you see stories like this all the time. And what's it like when those gifts are handed? Are you ever around to see the follow-up to this kind of a special day?
So when I deliver the packages, I deliver it to the family and the kids, and the smiles and everything that you see is you can't put a price on it, and it's priceless.
Well, thanks so much. We appreciate your hard work. Thanks for keeping us safe, everybody. We do appreciate it. All right, well, more coming up from one of the greatest events of all the Christmas season here in the Valley. 33 years for the W. Stephen Martin Police and Toy Drive. It's a great event, and we love sharing it.
It is
See
great.
you in a little bit.
And I'm sorry, I hope I didn't miss this, Cory. Did you ask Stephen if he's gotten a new warehouse? Because I know that he was losing this warehouse.
Oh, yeah. I'll ask him next time we get together, but this place is enormous. It's jam-packed. They may need more space.
No,
so.
their lease is over. He told us last time we were talking to him, and he said he was looking for a new place. So I'm hoping maybe a Valley business
find
can
out.
step up. Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
well,
it.
we'll spread the word. Somebody will jump in,
Good.
yeah.
All right, awesome.
Hey, so Cory is live at the annual shopping day at the annual Stephen Martin, that is, event. Police 911 Toy Drive. Hey, Cory.
Hey, Cor.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. It is such a cool program, and well, this is the name. Don't forget it. Stephen Martin, longtime and beloved disc jockey here in the Valley, but he's been at this both on his own and now with this larger organization for about 50 years, if you can believe it. And this is Stephen in the red jacket. Good to see you, friend. Boy, people have been complimenting you behind your back. You're probably not aware of that. But we love what you do. We love your mission. And can you give us an idea? Where does this all spring from? I mean, you could be pouring your energy, and there's a lot of it, into anything. What is it about this that really gets you going?
Well, it comes down to when I was a little kid. We were very poor, and I had a sheriff's deputy come up to me once after we had a tragedy in our family, and he sat down and he said, you know, Stevie, everything's going to be okay. He said, you can always count on somebody with a patch to be your friend. And I never forgot that, and it meant so much to me. And then through the years, we moved here. My father had died, and when we came out here, I met two police officers, and they said, hey, we'll be your friend. If the Scottsbluff, Nebraska guy said, cool. So anyway, because we were really, really poor, and we had people drop off food and toys and everything, I promised my mother someday I would give back, and I wanted to try to do that with a man or a woman in uniform. So it just became the police toy drive. 33 years. I've been doing this for 50 years.
Boy, thank you for sharing that story. I'd never heard that before. That's so touching and so moving. Well, I want to get the word out because you're here in really in the last days at this location, at the end of your 5-year lease. You're looking for a new location. Right. I think you'd like to kind of stay in the Chandler area, right?
Well, we have so many support-based people in Chandler, and it doesn't matter where we set up, but this toy drive will end if we don't find a warehouse by the end of January.
Okay, and this space was donated to you on a 5-year for a 5-year term. And how much space do you have here, just so we can get the word out to someone who might be able to help you?
This is a 15 to 18,000 square feet. It goes a lot higher than we need, but
and you're kind of a low-impact tenant, right?
Totally.
You're just stacking things,
totally.
Right?
And you have police cars in and out all the time, so it keeps it a pretty safe building wherever we happen to be. We'll pretty much move anywhere. We'll pretty much go anywhere to make this happen or keep it alive.
Very good. Well, how can people get in touch with you then?
911toydrive.com, and where it says contact us, just click in your name and say, call me, I might have a warehouse spot for you or an old storefront. There's so many abandoned buildings that they could use a good toy drive in their neighborhood. Yeah, absolutely.
W, thank you so much. We really appreciate your hard work. You're a credit to the Valley for sure.
Fox 10 has always been one of the most incredible partners, and thank you guys very much.
Oh, it's an honor to serve with you.
Thank you,
friend. And again, they'll need volunteers as well at the end of the month when they leave here, wherever they're headed, to kind of pack up these racks and get them moved over to their new location. But again, if you have some warehouse space, you've got an empty part of your own building, and you say, yeah, you know what, I'd like to have cops in and out of there every day of the week, contact them, and maybe you can be their hero for the next several years for the Stephen Martin Police and Fire Toy Drive.
I mean, because you get some business pop out of that, because, you know, you're the guy who, or the person who went up there and donated this. You can write off the space, right? You got police officers coming in there, and then you're helping so many of these kids. So I hope somebody steps up.
Oh, my gosh. The stories, they're amazing. Boy, these officers and firefighters, the families they come up against, the hard times that they're able to soothe through this program, it's wonderful.
Right. And I'll tell you this. I'll make a promise to somebody out there. If you're the person who gives them their space, we'll put you right here on the show.
Right here.
Oh, so
Right
they
in
sit
the
right
middle.
here?
Yeah.
In the middle?
In the middle.
Okay, she just upped it. Thanks, Cor.